I suppose one of the things that's fairly unique about ACAPMA as an industry association is we're operating in a market that is continually changing. It's not like, while we're a mature industry, that it's going to stay this way all the time. Electric vehicles, hydrogen vehicles, changes in consumer behaviours, the share economy where people may not own a car has all sorts of ramifications in terms of what might happen to our industry in the future. Now, when you've got an industry with $30 billion of assets in terms of retail assets sitting around the country, most of them strategically positioned in local communities, you can't just simply say, oh, well, when petrol dies out, we'll just fade off into the sunset. What we've been working on as an industry body is to say, how can we bring a strategic conversation to the table in that space? So alongside ACAPMA Board of Management, which is the governance board that sits behind any normal organisation, we've actually started to set up a series of advisory boards and councils. This is where we're picking up key thought leaders or stakeholders in a particular area, and we're hardwiring them in to the discussion that we have as a secretariat around the challenges in that particular area. It will then inform our advocacy and then hopefully drive us in a line where advocacy is relevant and we're helping to position that transition, which is a constant process. The first of those is the National Petroleum and Retailer Council, which is being set up, which basically is starting to have a conversation about what does that retail format look like? If I'm losing transactions and fuel transactions to electric, I'm not going to just be able to fill that with selling more drinks or selling prepared food. I'll do part of it that way, but I've actually got to make sure that I'm keeping up as I go more and more into that space with the competitors in the large scale format, the two big grocers in the country, and the other players that are operating that format, to make sure that I've got a dynamic model which is fit for purpose in a changing society. So to that end, we've got retailer councils that are bringing in a perspective more closely aligned with a couple of key priorities. That information has been used by the Secretariat and the Board to guide our advocacy content.